What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Jericho Report Weekly News Briefing. It is Sunday, the 3rd of January, 2021. Welcome to 2021. Predictions for this year, it's going to be like last year, only worse. Hate to bring such doom and gloom at the start of the year, but we got Joe Biden coming up, which is going to be the Obama administration part 2, plus the COVID is out of control and all this, and it's going to be lockdown and martial law. People. This is going to be the year of the New World Order. That's what I predict. As always, the first link below is take you over to the Patreon post. That's where you can find all of this week's madness. I got a lot of it saved up. Let's jump into it. 2020 ends with ball drop in an empty Times Square. How eerie. The only people down there were cordoned off in their little COVID bubbles. I'll put a link to this if you need a recap. I fell asleep. I didn't watch any of it. U.S. Confirms first case of new COVID strain discovered from the U.K. It is in the United States. I believe it's in Colorado and it's in California. Within a week, it'll probably be all over the place. And this is the one that spreads a lot more. And, go watch the trailer to the movie Songbird if you want to know what's coming next. U.K. sees 41,000 COVID cases. This new strain spreads like wildfire. That from Express, from RT. We got low on drugs, beds, and staff. California already blew it. ICU nurse tells RT the state braces for post-Christmas flood, post-New Year's flood, no doubt. Biden is correct. The worst of COVID is yet to come, says Dr. Fauci. Speaking of Dr. Fauci, here's an article going back to 2017. I know everybody knows this already, but I just want to throw it in there. Fauci said he predicted the future. No doubt Trump will face infectious disease outbreak. I just want to throw that in there. I find it fascinating. Anyway, ER nurse tests positive for COVID 8 days after being vaccinated. That's no surprise. The World Health Chief Scientist warns no evidence the COVID vaccine prevents viral transmission. Be advised. Let's see. Sweden prepares legislation to enact coronavirus lockdown, closing businesses, public transit in 2021. I told you people it was only getting started in 2020. Scientists demand England go into strict lockdown immediately. I got a couple more. Former Pence aide says she's worried about Trump supporters causing violence on January 6th. We got that coming up. And one more, Geraldo Rivera urges Trump exit with dignity and grace. What are your thoughts? Is there going to be violence on January 6th? We only got a couple days to wait. Over to financial news, and how strange is it going to be to see a presidential inauguration? What is that, January 21st, something like that, with nobody in the crowd? I'm sure it's going to be blamed on COVID, even though nobody's going to show up to see Joe Biden, just like his rallies. Anyway, over to financial news, how the major U.S. stock indexes fared on Thursday, because Friday was a holiday. I didn't even watch the markets last week or this week. Let's see what happened. The Dow Jones gained 192. Still above, oh, look at that, 30,606. Do I hear 31, 32,000 on the Dow? The next round of stimulus checks on the way. Your $600 check. Did you get it yet? I'll put a link to this. Trump signs. He caved. I want to scream, but it's the middle of the night. He caved on the bill. Trump signs COVID-19 relief spending bill, but he hopes Congress will vote to increase it to $2,000. Of course they didn't. Trump warns GOP of death wish as McConnell blocks Democratic effort to pass $2,000 relief payments. Put a link to that. McConnell blocks 2,000 stimulus, but then blames it on Trump. Trump demands on tech, CNBC, everybody's pointing fingers, whatever. You're all crooks. Millions of U.S. households, in the meantime, are now more than $5,000 behind on rent. And while all of the drama's going on, Rand Paul lets us know what's really going on. Federal grant for $6.9 million to develop smart toilet that identifies your anal print. That's what he tweeted. I'll put a link to it. Other news going on. Homeless Antifa group occupies Tacoma Motel. Okay, right on. When there wasn't enough hand sanitizer, distilleries stepped up. Now they're facing $14,000 in FDA fees. Oh, I'll put a link to that. One more in the financial bin. China will be the first country to launch digital currency. What happens next? I'll tell you what happens next. It's called the New World Order. It's called Global ID. It's called Agenda 21. It's called all these things that we've talked about for the past 10 years. Us crazies. Funny how it's all happening. Anyway, over to New World Order and Police State News. This is where I stop and ask you to share this video. Share the links in this section. Important stuff coming up. Check it out. New Year's Eve rules. Brits banned from kissing in 2021, with Kiss ringing in 2021 with Kiss as mutant COVID strain runs rampant. They're telling you cannot kiss your sweetheart on New Year's. What gives them the right? That from the Sun. Sex? What? No. Now that I got your attention, be advised, National Guard troops arriving in Los Angeles to assist with the COVID outbreak. Watch the movie Contagion if you want to know what's going on. Police raid Stockton Hair Salon for daring to open amid Newsom's shutdown order. How dare you slaves think you're going to make a living? Meanwhile, the founder of vaccine safety website X-Pharma Insider found dead. Well, she pissed off the right people now, didn't she? Rest in peace. Coronavirus Spain to keep register. pay attention. Spain to keep register of those who refuse COVID vaccine. I guarantee you every country is doing this, including the United States. Check this out. The New York State Senate Assembly Bill A416. Very important stuff here. 2021-2022 legislative session. Check this out. Relates to the removal of cases and contacts and carriers of communicable diseases who are potentially dangerous to public health. Do you know what this is saying? This is saying FEMA camp. This is saying all the anti-vaxxers are going to be rounded. What did we tell you all those years ago, people? There it is right there in legislative form. Here's a blast from the past from 2009. Permanent RFID bracelet for the vaccinated. How are they going to ID you if you have the vaccination? Does everyone remember this video? If you do not, please check out what this ex-sheriff was saying in 2009. Because this is where we are. Just a reminder. Other news going on. Vaccine passports could be mandatory. Could be mandatory for travel, shopping, and even movies, CNN says. Well, I'm sure it'll be mandatory to do anything. To go grocery shopping, to have a bank account, to have a driver's license, to have an occupational license, to have a business license, anything. You will have to prove your vaccination. I guarantee you, people, we are living in these times now. Manager orders police to remove disabled child from movie theater for failing to wear a face mask. That happened somewhere in the United States or somewhere. I'll put a link to it. Where did it happen? At North Carolina. Happening everywhere. Assault on disabled veteran for not wearing a mask. I'm not even going to play the videos because it's going to piss me off. I'll put a link to that. Native American was tasered by New Mexico park ranger while walking off the trail. Do you remember the Alex Jones documentary Endgame, right in the beginning, where he said super highways connect the mega cities and keep the population from entering into unauthorized zones? That's what this story said to me. Anyway, I got one more. When will all this end? COVID-19 virus will stay with us for the next 10 years. 10 years, says BioNTech CEO. I mean, do you realize all the shit we took 10 years ago when we were trying to tell people that all this was going to happen? Yeah, you crazy people. The government's coming to round everybody up. Guess what? Yes, they are. Over to World War III news. In a blow to Trump, U.S. Congress overrides the defense bill. The NDAA has been authorized by Congress, even though Trump vetoes it. You really think you're going to take down the military-industrial complex? Strange story here. Farewell visit of U.S. Vice President Pence, I'm getting ahead of myself here, to Israel. Canceled, reports say. Why is it canceled? I don't know. Is it World War III related? I have no idea. Iran's guy tweeted this out. Instead of fighting COVID in the U.S., real Donald Trump and cohorts waste billions to fly B-52s to send armadas to our region. Iran's also saying that Trump's life won't stop until revenge on U.S., so I expect Operation Blackjack this year on top of everything else. Yes, I do. Iran has told IAEA it plans to enrich uranium to 20%. That from in-game W3, my buddy F-Town. Shout out to you. I hope you're staying warm up north. Far from the capital, Iran struggles to bury virus victims. I just want to throw this in there, speaking of Iran. What else we got? How 2020 left China diplomatically diminished. China research, however, finds flaws in U.S. nuclear blast equation to protect shelters. I'll put a link to this, December 26th, South China Morning Post. My words, I'm getting tongue-tied. Check this out. You remember before all this shit happened in the United States, all the videos that were coming out of China about the virus? Check this out. A new wave of scare videos from China. Does this mean that something else is on the way? This is the kind of stuff we were seeing before the stuff broke out in the United States, all these kind of videos from China. So just be advised. World War III's erupt as Hezbollah claims to have doubled its missile force in 1 year. That from Express. We got a couple more. Explosion at Aden's International Airport upon arrival of Yemen's new government. Kaboom, and one more. Thousands of Colorado residents without heat after attack on gas service. Don't know if it's World War III related, but just FYI. We're over to Earth changes in 2012 news now. I got it set up for 6 points and above. For the past week, we had a 6.4 on the 29th, a 6.7 on the 27th, and a 6.0 on the 27th. So the Earth is rocking. I'll put a link to the earthquake data. Didn't see too much on volcanoes this week. Quick clay landslide disaster in Norway. This came out December 30. Check that out. So big landslide in Norway going on. Korea's artificial sun just ran for 20 astounding seconds. The artificial sun? That's perfect. Bill Gates, speaking of the sun, a survivor complex spirals out of control, funds sun dimming plan to save the human race. They've been doing that for years. It's called chemtrails. You remember how crazy we were when we were telling people go outside and look up at the sky? For all we know, they're dropping COVID on us. Who knows? Let's see. Biden says carbon emissions threaten the very existence of our planet. Really? Do you think, George Carlin said it best. In the end, this Earth will shake us off like a bad case of fleas. Granted, humans have done nothing to improve. We only act to destroy the planet. We're a self-destructive species. But the fact that we somehow threaten the existence of the planet, I mean, come on. When the planet gets pissed off enough, all the volcanoes will go off all over the world. Asteroids will come in and smash everything. I mean, come on. Give me a break. Speaking of what humans are doing, over 1.5 billion face masks now believed to be polluting the ocean thanks to 2020. This is why I always cheer for the shark when I see a shark has attacked a human being, because it's absolutely a disgrace what we're doing to the oceans. Unidentified flying object in West Virginia. Be advised, we got shit flying through the sky. What the hell is that? I got another what the hell is that? October Rains tweeted this shit out. Look at this. Now, it doesn't look like much in the beginning, but when you fast forward, let's stick with me for a minute, people. Look at this. What in the hell? People are saying maybe it's something to do with SpaceX. Maybe. Remember the Norway Spiral was supposedly a failed Russian rocket? If I could find the Norway Spiral video, because I find it, especially the soundtrack that goes with it, very uplifting. But I'll put it in the cards if I can find it. But check that thing out. What's going on there? Look, it's separated in half. If you scroll down here in the comments, somebody posted a SpaceX Falcon 9 video from 2017. Looks kind of familiar. But still, craziness going on in the skies. What's this about? On January 6th, after overseeing declaration of winter 2020 election, VP Pence will jump on a plane and fly overseas. Is he going to the bunker? I don't know. Louisiana congressman apparently dies from COVID-19. More people being taken out of the spot. But hold up. I got another story that says the guy died of a heart attack following an operation. So what was it? Did he die of COVID-19 or a heart attack? Well, if you get hit by a bus, you died of COVID this year. Let's see, I got one more. There changes 2012 been. COVID-19 may be just a bill that started a 180-day countdown for UFO disclosures. Could be. Never know. You know, I'm a believer. Anyway, over to strange and bizarre news. We got some strange news this week. Law enforcement today says Queens woman facing 25 years in prison for possessing toy guns and inoperable video props. Apparently, she had a bunch of inoperable guns that were illegal, and now she's going to prison for guns that don't work. Alyssa Milano says a mask will protect you more than AR-15 will. You dumb bitch. Would someone give her a botched vaccine? Police investigate deliberate spoiling of 500 vaccine doses. Shout out to the person who did that. World Star puts us out. Apparently, dude goes off at anti-masker at Walmart. He's screaming at this cowboy because he doesn't have a mask on. He says, if everybody else got to wear a mask, you got to wear one too. He said, no, I don't. 82-year-old COVID patient beat to death with an oxygen tank after by his 37-year-old roommate for praying. Oh, that sucks. Speaking of praying, this is a prayer stall in a supermarket in Toronto. Please, no hawking on my bread. Nashville bomber's girlfriend, we got an update on the Nashville bomber, told the police 16 months ago that he was building bombs, but apparently nobody did anything. Mother, 29, given 2 free homes by the bomber, worth $409K because feds probe he blew himself up at AT&T building because he feared 5G spying on Americans. Maybe. I don't know. Breitbart puts us out. Joe Biden urges Americans to unite and heal. Actor David Cross says, F no, he wants blood. Really? Is that the guy that played in the scary movies when he was in the wheelchair? I'll put a link to that. Active Army Green Beret 37 charged with murder for shooting dead 3 men at Illinois bowling alley. Random attack. Get out my lane, bitch. Victims of racism should take ecstasy and magic mushrooms to reduce the trauma. I agree. Right on. Might make everybody happier. And one more. Check out the Dynamics, the Boston Dynamics dancing robots. I mean, this stuff. Check out where robotics is now. Look at this. You're going to see these guys running around the street dancing, trying to get all friendly with the people, and then they blow you away. I kill you. For all other news, please check out my favorite videos. I favored a lot of stuff this week. Old Grey Wolf, it is so good to see you, sir. He's got a rant time video over there. New Era, New Feels, Public Reacts to COVID Passports. Got that over there from RT. FringeRecall is back. He's coming up in my shout-outs. Breaking news, police declare riot in Portland. The other night, they were breaking shit. Police kill man. Oh, we got another guy killed in Minneapolis up there. Check out my favorites. Thank you to everybody who continues to put out content. All kinds of fresh stuff over here to keep everybody informed. And shout-outs this week. Shout-out to this guy. I don't know his name, but this guy works in the restaurant industry, and the people are getting pissed off. Just listen to him for a second.
Bitches down. Amen. Because if we don't, they're taking us out. That's right. I'm 60 freaking years old. I've lived all my life as an American. That's right. And Robbie's right. This isn't about Democrat or Republican. This is about American. That's right. And I am not ready to give my country up to these people so that they can ruin my life, everybody's life in here.
Shout out to these people. Shout out to the American people and to people around the world that are standing up to this bullshit tyranny, New World Order crap. 2021 doesn't have to be a disastrous year. It could be the year that people took their countries back. Anyway, check that full video out. Shout out to this lady in the pharmacy. She's in the store. She's not going to wear a mask. She's trying to talk sense to the people about how all this is just bullshit. Shout out to her. Shout out to 60% of the nursing home staff in Ohio refusing to get vaccinated. Shout out to the people that are standing up against the New World Order vaccines. Shout out to the major COVID vaccine glitch emerges. Most Europeans, including hospital staff, refuse to take it. Shout out to you. That's awesome. People need to stand the hell up. And shout out to my friend, my good friend for over 10 years, FringeRecall Is Back. Check out his short video and subscribe to his channel. He's going to be making more videos telling you what he thinks. It is good to see you, sir. It is good to see some old faces. And I'm calling on everyone to return. Everyone who was around here 10 years ago. Everyone. I mean, there's a long list of names of people that have disappeared. Where are you? 2021, you need to make a comeback. If they shut down your YouTube channels, let's go over to BitChute. Definitely. That's all I got for this week, guys. I will encourage you to follow me on BitChute and Twitter and Gab and Facebook and all these other places. You can support this channel on Patreon, or you can follow me over there for free. I will never charge for my content. You can support me directly with PayPal. I put a lot into these reports, and thank you for the people who do support me. I love you guys so much. You keep me going. And for those who don't, just share the video. You want to support me? Share these videos. Make people aware of all the shit that's going on. 2021 doesn't have to be a disaster. It can be the year that people stood up and had a voice and took their shit back. Death to the New World Order, I say. Tell me what you think. You guys take care, stay safe, have a good week. Probably a week of madness coming up. We'll be keeping an eye on it. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter if you want breaking news alerts as things happen. I will see you on the next one.